Hi, this is Jackie from Jangle Art and Designs, and today I'm going to share with you the process of making skeleton tags. So I did already post a few skeleton tags on Facebook, which I'm going to show to you now, and then afterwards we're going to make one skeleton card. I made a few yesterday, but my video did not work properly. I had too much background noise, so I decided to do my video over. So we're only going to make one tag together. But anyhow, let me start off by showing you the tags. Now this is a normal tag, if we can call it normal. And this tag has got it looks like it hasn't perished, it hasn't been damaged or anything like that. When we come to a skeleton tag, it looks like something has eaten away a part of it, or it has started perishing. So imagine it was completely covered, and so bits and pieces were eaten out by mice or whatever. And so we can imagine this is the inside of the tag, and so now the skeleton is actually showing. I think that's the best way to describe it. And for skeleton tags we can use die cuts, we can use net, we can use, I'm going to try this in a future one. This is a piece of fencing, plastic fencing. There are many stuff that you can use. You can use lace that you stiffen with glue and dry in the sun, and so the ideas are endless. Just look around your home, and in your, maybe you are someone that loves doing needlework, so there may be a lot of materials that have actually got the potential to be part of a skeleton tag. So this one I posted on Facebook. I'm just going to quickly show you the few I made. This one, if you look at the back side, you can see it is a die cut, but I laminated it because the material I made it of, the paper was very fragile. And so I decorated it, and I think it looks quite charming. This one is also a die cut left over that I stuck together, and in the end I decorated it, and this is my end result. This must be one of my favorites. I decided to cut the tag in half and add the skeleton part in the middle of the tag. In this tag I added it to the edges, but I also laminated it because this die cut was very fragile also. But if you turn it around, you can see it was done on a lovely paper, so the back is decorated. But what I didn't know is that actually you have got two tag pieces and your skeleton goes in between. So these tags that I made haven't got, these tags that I made earlier don't have a back side. And here's one that I made later on, and this one is actually how it should be made. It's got a back side, and the skeleton is in between. This is a piece of lace I hardened with glue and colored with a bit of watercolor paint that was on a plastic plate, where I put the glue and rubbed the materials or lace or whatever I had into the glue, and it picked up some of the watercolor paint. And I added a wax seal stamp here, and I think it looks quite nice, and I inked the edges. So in my video that did not realize the way I intended it to, I showed you how to make these 3 tags. Now I'll quickly describe to you what I did. I just tore off the top part and the back part. I tore off a piece and then I added this piece of, it's actually a piece of material. I don't know what it's used for. I just found it between my material supplies, and so I decided it would have a great feature. It would make a great feature. So I also stiffened it with glue, and this is the color it was, and I will show you the process, and then I stuck it in between, and I've still got to decorate it and finish the edges and ink it and so on. This one is a piece of plastic. It feels like a netting or something, and I also added it between the two. I cut the tag in half, and then I added it between the 2 halves. And this one is just more like the other one I showed you. I just tore away a piece here and added this piece of lace in here. So it's actually not that difficult, and I think the ideas are limitless. There's so much you can do. So today I'm going to show you how to make this tag. Now I did this die cut on printer paper, so it's fragile, so I had to laminate it, otherwise it would not be sturdy enough to function as a tag. So I'm going to add it in one of the sides, was my idea, so that we could get that bordering feature. But we could also tear away the card there and add a bit there. So I'm a bit indecisive what to do, but I see there's a part left. So if we use a bit on the side, we can maybe use a bit there. So let's just decide first how we're going to, how much of this we're going to use. So if I put it like this, it doesn't have to go right to the top, but it could. Maybe we should do it right to the top, and then we tear it away like that. So now when you tear away, please remember that on the side that gets tucked in between the 2 tag sheets, you've got to have a piece of the skeleton available to be glued in between. So you can't use the whole skeleton and then there's nothing to glue it with. So I can use quite a bit of it because I've got this piece of lamination that I can glue with, so I can cut away a lot, but then I don't want to spoil the butterfly too much. So I'm going to use approximately, I think we're going to go there, just use that bit, and then at the top we're going to, keeping in mind that that this tag shouldn't fall apart when you decide where to put the skeleton. We can start the tear there, and then it cannot go around there. Okay, so let's start tearing. So you see, now that part, please don't throw it away. That's a valuable piece of scrap that we can use for something else. So now I'm going to show you, if I tuck it in between, we've got this feature. But we're not leaving the back side white, the piece of white here. We're also going to tear it off, but it looks quite nice. And then we've got that little piece that we can add in there. So let's just mark this to make sure we don't take off more than we should. This is just better to do this than having a bad end result. There you are. Okay, so we've done that part. So now if we slide it in between, so just keep in mind where that edge is. So we're only going to use so much. We could even go a bit deeper. Let's go a bit deeper. About so much. Just for interest's sake. It will make it interesting. So now we've got to mark the bottom part also. Okay, let's see what we have now. I just have to share with you where I got these lovely designs. This is from a kit by Crafty Dragon Creations called Visions of Nightshade, and it's available in Stacy McDaniel is the owner. It's available in her Etsy shop. In my description below I will add the Etsy shop and links to the other design team members, and also this kit has got a 30% discount available till the end of June. So hurry and go and buy yourself this lovely kit. For those who are into fantasy, there are fairies and gnomes. I'm more into butterflies, so I don't make use of the fairies. There will also be a Linktree link that takes you to my other social media platforms, as well as the team members' platforms. And if you go and have a peek there, you will see the lovely designs and ideas they came up with when applying this kit. I'm sure you will find it very interesting. So let's go on with the tag. I think this looks quite nice. Okay, so now we've got to save this little part at the top so that we can actually use it. So we've got to cut off a piece. I just want to make sure that I've got a piece to glue. Okay, so we've only got this little piece, so maybe we won't be able to use it at all. I just made it. Wow. Okay. So we can glue that in there. So let's just see if this piece is usable. Is if we make a little space there, we can actually glue it. Let me just mark. Oh, shit. Let's put it in the middle. Okay, now we want to glue that part, so it's just this little part that we're going to tear out. I hope this isn't a mistake. Wow, it's working and it looks quite nice. So here we've got something interesting. So now the next thing we have to do is we have to glue this together before we can start decorating it. So let's start gluing. So firstly I'm going to make sure I put this in the right place. I'm just marking it so I put enough glue for this first part. I just hope this glue decides to come out. I made this bottle from an old sauce bottle because I was tired of struggling with the little bottle, because sometimes I need a bigger amount of glue, and then that little bottle just takes too much time and my arms actually get sore. Don't mind a lot of glue. I'm just going to rub it a bit because we're going to stick all this together. So I can just move it about. Oh, I didn't tear out the bottom part, so we'll still have to do that. But let's just stick this part where it should be, and then I don't actually like glue on my fingers. That's the part of crafting I dislike the most, is having glue on my fingers. So now I'm going to, okay, this is not going to work. That was not so clever. So let me put it like that, and just mark there and there, and then if I put that there, I can just make a mark there. Okay. So here we go to glue on the fingers. Oh, not that much fun. I have a friend that says she loves the smell of glue, and she loves the smell of glue, reminds her of calmness and peace and relaxing, which may be true, but I haven't made that association with glue. The smell doesn't bother me, but I don't find it relaxing at all. I'm always looking up to when I should glue. Then I think, oh, now we're coming to the... it's not that it's so messy, it's just that I'm not fond of it on my fingers, especially when it's dried. Okay, so now we can put the top part on our card. Here's still a little piece we can tear away. I'm just going to tear it away like that. There you are. So now we've got to glue the top part. Maybe I'm using large amounts of glue. Sorry, I'm still a beginner, and in the beginning I used to use lots of glue, and then with time I realized that I don't need that much glue at all. So to me it seems to be a timely process. I just want to say that I've only been crafting for 7 months now, so I'm truly a beginner. I was into arts and loved sketching and painting. I see that we can remove another bit of this, and now I've become addicted to crafting. So I still intend to paint and sketch and whatever, but that's a bit that's put on the side for a while. My card looks a bit out of proportion. Okay. I think these curves make it look out of proportion, but okay, now we've stuck it together. So now you've got an idea of the skeleton and how we do it. Now we can ink this card, and we can decorate it and have a lot of fun with it. So I'm just going to let it dry a bit, and then I'm going to take another skeleton card and we can ink that so long. I've purchased these inks from Temu, and I actually thought these ink pads would be larger. And yeah, well, I was surprised to see that they were this size, and I was a bit disappointed, but the pigment of these ink pads are amazing. So I must say, for the price I purchased it and for what I need to do with it, it was worth purchasing. I'm very satisfied with my purchase. Okay, so there I did a bit of inking. I don't want to overpower the image. This is one of my favorite images, and so now I made a little mark, a halfway mark, so that I know where to punch a hole. So I'm going to punch the hole. There we are. So I've made the hole, and then I put aside a few pieces of wool and ribbon, and I decided to use this one for this tag. I like colorful stuff. I don't like plain, and bling will also do, but I don't over bling. But I like and prefer a lot of color. So you can add this to your tag. Oh no, this is not. Oh my word, the one edge is a bit too short. What you also can do, I did with this, the other one, I doubled the wool like this. Just want to get my needle. Sorry for stretching over my space in your view. Okay, so there you are. So I actually did this with one tag, just for interest's sake, and then we can pull this through. I see I'm a bit clumsy today, so let me just try again. If my tag went a bit out of view, I'm sorry. This is still a learning curve to stay within the space that I actually have to craft, so that you can see the images, or you can view the video. So that also is another learning curve. So let's see if we can get them through now. There you are. So you don't have the bright, you've got these colors blend in nicely, but then you can also swing the tag or whatever, and it just gives a bit of color. I think that looks quite nice. So this one I decided I would be using, oh, I'm missing one now. Or I didn't count correctly. Oh yeah, this one. I did miss one. I decided to use, I think, that one there, and I decided to use this one here and that one there. So I'm going to quickly do this one. It's it needs to be cut a bit off at the side to make it straight. And then I'm not going to use my cutter now. I'll just do it like this. Okay, now we've got to punch a hole. Oh boy, my stuff are falling apart now. But I can still punch a hole, so let me punch a hole. I will fix that later on. There you are, did the hole. This one is a bit long, I will shorten it. It was an offcut I had, and I just decided to put it on my table at this length. I'm using the eye of this large needle to push it through. So you can use string, you can make bead dangles. I haven't got beads that are of which the holes are big enough to get the wool through. So sometimes I just take a piece of beading wire and then add some beads through. So I also cut out sentiments. So let me take some sentiments. I just want to check and see which should be where. So I've still got to cut them out and ink them, but here are 3 sentiments. I'm not going to put them on the card, apply them this way. It's just to let you see the sentiments. I took calm courage, blossom and bloom, happy heart, and I'm going to add 1 there and 2 here, and I can even put a wax seal on it or a button. That's what I sometimes do. So there are endless ways to decorate these cards, but I am not going to decorate them with you because I don't want this video to be too long. I just wanted to give you an idea of the skeleton card, and I hope that you enjoyed crafting with me. Please remember to like and subscribe. I will be so happy if you join me on my crafting journey. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed crafting with me, and I hope that you will join me again as we continue this happy, fun crafting journey. Thanks so much for watching my video, and please remember to like and subscribe so that we can have more future adventures together.